I'll tell you, we have Rob Dietrich on the line right now. He's the master distiller for blackened American whiskey with Metallica. And Rob, you are the man. You're the guy who puts the whiskey together. You set the playlist. I think we've talked about this before. It's a very unique process. I want to talk more what you've got going on with a cocktail today.
Oh, yeah. Well, good morning. And, I got to tell you, listen to Metallica first thing in the morning is way better than coffee.
Right?
No kidding.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, so generally as a master distiller, I like to taste the whiskey. So as far as cocktails go, my favorite cocktail is whiskey and ice. Right. It's very simple. I like to keep it simple. But, this morning, I think you guys have a cocktail there, Fade to Black.
Yes, we do. And that's why I bring this up. The Bone cocktail is called Fade to Black. Now, I want to know what you have in this cocktail for us.
Well, we got blackberry. There's like a blackberry puree, I believe.
Yes.
And
Black Velvet Riff by Dan Rock is here.
That's it, yes.
All right. A two ounce of blackened whiskey.
Of course, that's the feature.
Chastity, see, this is what you're missing in the studio. This is what they...
Yes, I know. I'm very sad.
What Rob is serving up for us today.
Yeah.
Half an ounce of cherry liqueur, and it's... what kind of liqueur is that, Paul?
Luxardo cherry liqueur.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you follow that up with the half ounce of Campari.
All right.
Which is always good.
And then, on top of this, 1 ounce of oatmeal stout.
Oh, that sounds good.
Right.
And then you top it all off with a fill of sparkling brut.
Yes.
So there are...
Hold it, there's a cherry in this, too, so we don't get scurvy.
Yes.
Right, and that's going to be probably the Luxardo cherry, because those are the best cherries. If you're making an old-fashioned, those are the cherries that I use for that as well. But I mean, that's a lot of ingredients. I mean, that's pretty complex. That's awesome.
Rob, 5 ingredients, and they're all booze.
Tonelli came up with that.
Well, if you're making a distiller's cocktail, I'd up the 2 ounce pour to 3 ounces on the whiskey. That's a distiller's pour.
Hey, by the way, let me give you guys some credit at Blackened, all right? Because first off, it's a great whiskey. You're hosting your first season of giving with Metallica. And we'll continue to raise money for All Within My Hands Foundation for the communities in need. So this holiday season, Blackened has teamed up with Metallica's All Within My Hands Foundation, raising money and awareness for the foundation's efforts in the year to come. And through the end of the year, starting from, I believe it was last week, Blackened will donate $5 for every bottle sold to the foundation. That's a hell of a thing.
No, that's fantastic.
Yeah,
it's pretty exciting. It's amazing to get to work with Metallica. And obviously their reach just musically as artists goes so far, but the work they're doing with their charity has been pretty incredible. We usually do a day of giving. Next Tuesday I'm working with James to give out turkeys to families in need, and it's really exciting for us as Blackened to be able to support the charity and donate money to their event. And we've had a good year, even though with COVID and everything, the whiskey business is booming. So we're doing good. So it feels good to be able to give back and be a part of their season of giving.
Hey, I also saw on the Blackened American Whiskey website there is a limited edition S&M 2 Batch 106 up for grabs right now. Well, that brings up to mind your next batch will be 107. So I think we should do something special here with 107.
107 is already out.
Oh,
we already did the production.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I think it would have been cool to have you guys pick the playlist. We'll have to do that.
Have you done that for the batch 108, and we'll just call that 107.7?
Yeah, we'll just change the numbers on the labels.
Exactly.
We'll mix it up a little bit.
Hey, that's the one we want. Is 108. We're changing it to 107.7.
That's perfect. It's pretty cool. Generally the band is selecting the playlist for each batch. They take the band members take turns selecting the playlist, and I was really fortunate that they asked me to pick the playlist for batch 100, and we made a 2-disc picture disc vinyl record box set for Batch 100, which was really cool. And then the Batch 106 with the playlist was from the S&M 2 concert.
Yep.
And that was just, pretty, obviously that concert was just phenomenal. And getting to, hear the live version played to the whiskey. Again, that process is pretty, there's a lot of science behind it. It's not just playing the music, It's about the frequency and the hertz we're playing at. And, plays for about 2 to 14 weeks.
Hey, I got a question to ask you. Being you're the guy making the whiskey, you're the head honcho here. How do you like to drink your whiskey?
Generally if I'm wanting to taste the whiskey, I'll nose the whiskey first. Use a Glencairn glass, and that's a good glass to be able to nose with.
Yeah.
And then I'll taste. I'll taste the whiskey, and if I'm doing a little session, I just like a little bit of ice, or if I'm still tasting, adding just a couple drops of water.
Yeah.
And I think the more you know about something, sometimes people kind of like, he's a whiskey snob. It's like, no, I just know what I like.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's and the cool thing about it is everyone's palate is different. We all have different food tastes, and so whatever you're tasting, you're not wrong. And that's so I encourage people to just kind of identify what they are tasting in a whiskey. We'll make the whiskey phenomenal in the first place, and then it's up, you kind of leave it up to your palate to decipher what's in there.
Well, I love the fact you guys are doing a little charity work. Black and donating $5 for every bottle sold to the foundation. Great stuff. Happy holidays to you, Rob. Nice talking to you.
Happy holidays to you all as well. Enjoy and stay safe out there.
All right, man.
All right,
you
Rob.
too. Always a treat talking to him. He's a real good guy.